Hey guys, this is Ms. Grisenda, and we're looking today at transformations. Transformation is just a fancy word for a change. When you transform something, you change it from one form into another. For example, okay, you're all familiar with those kinds of transformers. They change from one form into another. So the first transformation that we're going to look at today is a translation. And a translation is a transformation in which a figure slides but does not turn. Every point of the figure moves the same distance and in the same direction. You've learned about these kinds of transformations before. When you were in second, third grade, they started to do them with you in math, and they just called it a slide. And when we got to maybe fifth grade, you started to do some problems like this, where you had a simple coordinate grid, and you had to take this figure, this triangle, and slide it. We're going to slide this triangle left 4 units and then down 5 units. So this one's pretty simple. The easiest things to do is to look at each point I'm going to take each point and move it left 4 and down 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, and then down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we look, you can see that the y value, which is the up and down value, went from 10 to 5, which shows that it went down 5. And the x value went from 7, these aren't lined up very well, to 3, which shows that it went to the left 4 units. Whoops, I did not want to erase that one. Put that one back. So left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then we're just going to do the same thing with each of those other points. Remember, the definition said that every point of the figure moves the same distance and in the same direction. So I'm going to take this point and move it left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing with the last point. It's going to move left 4 from an x value of 9 to an x value of 5, and then down 5 from a y value of 6 down to a y value of 1. Now that we've plotted the 3 new points, we can look and see, and it looks like when we connect those, they're going to make a triangle that's exactly the same as the original triangle. So using your protractor and your pencil, connect each line, each point, a nice straight line. Okay. So let's move down and we'll look at more of a 7th grade level problem. All right, this one says that we need to apply a translation of -1/8 to the rectangle and a translation of 8/4 to the triangle. So translation means that we're going to be sliding. We know that we're not going to be turning or flipping it over in any way. We're just going to keep it the same direction but slide it to a new spot. And they're asking us to do a translation of -1/8 to the rectangle. So let's look at that part first. When I see -1/8, you're thinking probably of the point -1/8. So let's just look at it. Don't mark this down on your paper, please. -1/8 would be this point right here. And I don't think that they want us to move it to that point because which point would we be moving? The whole thing? Where exactly would that go? So we need to think again about what this means. All right, well, you know that -1/8, -1 is the x value, and 8 is the y value. So what they're giving you there are the left, right, and up and down movements in an x and the y axes. So the -1, let me move this up a little bit. -1 means that I want the x value to decrease by 1, decrease of 1. Since the x is the horizontal axis, that means that if I decrease the x by 1, for example, this point right here is going to go from an x value of 5, I'm going to subtract 1, and it's going to go down to an x value of 4. So that means I need to move it to the left 1 unit. So that -1 in the x tells me to go left 1 unit. Fix that. Okay. This y value of 8 is telling me that I want to increase the y value of all 4 of these points by 8. Since y is the vertical axis, it's going to be up or down. And a +8 tells me I'm going to be moving up. So I'm going to take each of those points and increase the y value by 8, which would move it up on the grid. So let's see how this looks. Let's take this first vertex right here. Right now the x value is 5. Since they want me to apply a translation of -1, then 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, so we have moved left 1. Now the y value of 8 tells me I want to increase the y by 8. Right now it's at -5. If I add 8, -5 plus 8 is +3. So that means I want to put my point right here at 4, 3. And you can see that I moved left 1 and up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now all we have to do is do the same thing to each of the other points. We're going to move left 1 and up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can already start to see your rectangle take shape. It's really a better idea, rather than just saying, oh, I know the blue one has to be here and I'm going to do another one over here. It's a better idea just to actually move each one left 1 and up 8 and make sure you're really doing it correctly and you haven't made any mistakes. If you plotted the first one wrong and then you did all 3 of the other points based on where you put that point, you'd get the whole thing wrong. So this is just a little bit safer. So we're going to go left 1 and up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the last point, left 1, up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so it looks like I've got my points done correctly because they look like they are going to make a congruent rectangle. Make sure you're using your straight edge and your pencil for these lines. And there we go. All right, let's take a look at the next one. They want us to apply a translation of 8, 4 to the triangle. So again, the 8 is the x value, which means that they want me to increase now the x value by 8. Well, since x goes left or right, an increase of 8 means I'm going to be moving to the right. Good. Okay, so we're going to go right 8 units. And then this y value of +4, remember that the y goes up and down. Positive means we're going to be going up. So I want to go up 4. So now all we have to do is take each point, mark it, and I'm going to go to the right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let me double check the numbers here. The x value went from -7 to +1, and -7 plus 8, because my x was supposed to increase by 8. -7 plus 8 equals 1, so that looks good. My y value was supposed to increase by 4. The y value was 4. An increase of 4 would put it at 8, and that's where it is, so that looks good. So now we just need to go right 8 and up 4 with each of the other points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the last point, right 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that looks pretty good. I've got a height of 2, which is what I have over here. And I need a base of 4 units, and I have a base of 4 units. So I'm going to go ahead and take my straight edge and my pencil and connect the points. All right, that's pretty much it for transformations. I'm sorry, for translations. We'll do part 2 of transformations in the next video.